I believe last time we did a profile of this is, give or take, it's a minute ago on the channel. If you've been rocking with the channel before, you probably seen the deck profile once before. Kind of when I believe links first came out. Since then, we've been kind of dry, haven't been doing anything, and also with the channel as well too. But be for sure to subscribe for more content. I have my own channel as well too. It is AWolf Theory. And once again, please sure to like the video, subscribe, and if this video get maybe 50 likes or so, then we can start doing test hands and probably come up with this deck. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profiles. We're running 3Bs. I tend to think this is kind of one of the important or most important pieces of the ABCs. It is your rota when it goes to field to graveyard. So you can search any union monster from deck to hand. So we're going to play it at 3. Next, we're going to run 3 Cs. I actually like C because it's a free summon from hand, a free union monster summon from hand, which that allow you to basically either extend or possibly go into different plays as well too. So I like C at 3. Next, we are just doing 2 A's. Now, A does nothing if you have no union monsters in the graveyard. I mean, when it goes to the graveyard, when it leaves from field to graveyard, and all the ABC pieces effects are this, but when it goes from field to graveyard, you can basically add a union monster from your graveyard to your hand. Now, it could be fodder for any discard effects or anything like that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you do want to get your ABC pieces in the graveyard as fast as possible, or field to graveyard to be able to bring out Buster. So, we just run it at 2. Next, we run 3 Galaxy Soldiers. Now, I've been going back and forth with this between 2 and 3. I think right now I'm okay with it at 3. It is an easy card to side out for games 2 and 3. And right now, I would rather see it than not see it, just to be able to discard or to be able to send any light monster from my hand to the graveyard to be able to special summon itself. So at the end of the day, you still want to get cards, you know, that's in your hand. You want to get them out of your hand. All right, so that's it for that. Now we run the Symphonic Engine. I run 3 Symphonic Warrior Guitar and 1 Might. I mean, it gives you an extra summon on top of your actual summon that you have. It's a machine, a level 5. So of course you have infinity plays from there. And you can still use it as a link materials. And if you have a sort of draw both of them, you got a scale 1 and a scale 7. So I think you can do no wrong with it. Next, for more support cards, I won 1 and 1. I won 1 Union Driver and 1 Heavy Mech Support Armor. This is good for late games. If you have like stupid combo, I mean, you can kind of go off with there. But I like this for late games. This is just more of an extender. If you see multiple copies, it's a break. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to make the deck the most consistent as possible as what you can. So I run it at 1. You can go 2, you know, just in case you see it in hand. But right now I'm running at 1. Next, for another extender, I run 3 Parallel XC. This card can be fit in a lot of decks that can link summon and have an arrow open. It's a free special summon. It chain blocks, and as well too, it can be it is an extender, but you can extend further into link monsters, or as well too as XC monsters or rank 4 XC. So I run it at 3. You can cut it down to 2 as well too. Some cards I don't mind maxing out on, because at the end of the day, it gives you flexibility to be able to kind of change how you want to, you know, play the deck. So I run it at 3 because I want to see it. If eventually, if I find something different or something more consistent, then I'll probably cut it down at 2, just so that way I don't see it as much. So next, I mean, you could probably think of what I'm playing. I think that any card that special summons is a good card. This is a good starter card. It's a good, could be a starter to the extender eventually. And I think I got the more of this idea. Like, I always like the card because it's a tuner and it's a free summon. But at the end of the day, I mean, Needle Fiber, Halifax, that's the card right now. That to Link Raws, going from there. So that's the basic combos now, and any deck can go into that. I think it's a really powerful deck, and you have to find ways to be able to use it until it gets banned, which eventually something's going to get banned, one of them. So with that, I run 2 10 Spirits Aurora. I run 1 Torque Tune Gear and 1 Jet Sync Run. Jet Sync Run, I mean, is again, you want to discard. You want to get them monsters out your hand to be able to put them in graveyard, to be able to get them to be able to go into Buster. So Torque Tune is good because, I mean, at the end of the day, you have your Link Karibo play, any level 1s. You can normal summon this with the effective hanger to be able to attach a piece to it, go into Link Karibo, get the effect of the piece, and then you just kind of go from there with different plays. So that's all the monsters that we play. All right, next we're gonna go into the actual spell cards. The spell cards gonna be kind of simple, because at the end of the day, we're trying to be consistent. I run, of course, 3 hangers. I run 1 terraforming, 1 set rotation, and 1 Oracle of Zephyr. I mean, field spells, field centers, field spell cards are not as potent as what it was before, but at the end of the day, we want to see this. We want to get to this as quick as possible. So, excuse me. So with this setup right here, I at least have 5 ways to be able to get to Union Hanger, rather than just 4 or give or take 3. If I do draw this, then okay, it's fine. I'll use it as a discard material. You know, it's not that big if I draw it, if I don't draw it. But at the end of the day, I want to see these. So that's kind of why we run this package right here. Next, I run 2 unauthorized reactivations. This is from the new structure deck of the Machina. Essentially, it's a really good card. So if people don't know what it does, you target 1 monster you control, you equip the appropriate Machine Union monster from your hand or deck to that monster. So if you happen to draw this and you draw your driver, you just attach your driver to any or your monsters and kind of go from there with your plays. So I just run it at 2 because I really don't want to see it. Next, I run 1 1-for-1. I mean, I have 4 different targets for 1-for-1. So again, and they all tuners. So you get more discard plays, and as well too, you get your Halifax plays going. Next, I won 1 Foolish and 2 Call by the Graves. So I have this thing where I think Prohibition is really good. I kind of would rather that over Call by the Graves, or I might find a way to be able to play Prohibition and Call by the Graves. Call by the Graves is just for your ashes, of course, and for Prohibition, it stops anything, which more than likely a lot of decks, of course, lose to Nibiru. And even though Nibiru is not being played as heavily right now, I believe it is going to come back, and it's going to be very important. I think Prohibition stops that completely. Well, it does stop it completely. So that's something that I do want to play, and I will play. And for the last 2 spells, I played 2 Pot of Arrows, just to recycle. I mean, if I can get this and get my Buster plays going, and Buster goes in the graveyard and I draw this, or if if I do my extension in my plays and still have this in hand and to be able to draw 2 extra cards for my, and could possibly for my opponent's turn, or to recycle it, you know, I would rather do that. And this equivalates to essentially 3 busters, which, I mean, this just could be your late game grind for buster as well too, and as well too is being able to put them pieces back. So, I mean, I run it at 2, and the last 2 cards are 2 infinite impermanents. I mean, this could be anything. It could be anything. I think spell or trap card related. I think the actual monsters right now are actually good unless you plan on taking something out from monsters and putting something else in. But I think the monster count is good. I think the spell count is good. This is, you can have it anything. It could be crackdowns. It can be anti-spell. It can be Imperial Order and something. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you want it, the spell or trap related, I say you can do it. So that is it for the main deck. Now we have the main boss monster of the ABC deck that's currently limited right now. It is going to be 1 ABC Buster Dragon. Hey, if people think this is too much, they do have a super coming out in the OTS pack. So, hey, we never know. Next, for XCs, put this down here. I will play 3. I'll play 1 number 60. And I will play 1 Cyber Dragon Nova and 1 Infinity. So this is for your parallel XCs play. Again, really good play. If you have 2 parallel XCs, you can go into this card, draw 2 cards, pitch 1 card out of hand, and at the end of the day, you can just link this off. I mean, yeah, you don't be able to draw next turn, but I mean, we don't really care. Nova and Infinity kind of has been a part / staple of the ABCs. I mean, you have to have something else besides Buster Dragon now, so these 2 kind of be the first ones that kind of come to the mind. So that's it for them. Next, for the actual link plays, and I mean, I know what most people are gonna say. Holly Firebacks and Link Ross. I mean, of course. Yeah, but like I said, it is an important piece. Trust me, I don't like playing mimic plays, or I don't like mimicking what people do. But at the end of the day, if something is good, something is good. And this is kind of one of the best starters and extenders in the extra deck that doesn't require a lot of space until one of these 2 get banned. And I mean, I think it's going to be sooner than later, even though they both just recently came out. This is easy. This is any level 2 with tokens, or any level 2, not with tokens, any level 2 link monster to go into this to generate tokens. And if you can bring out any tuner, then you literally have your Metal Marcher and your actual Herald play. So I run them. And Linker Rebel is, I mean, it's good for all the level 1s just to be able to get them to graveyard. And for the last 2, Apollo Boy, I mean, it's these and these go together in ABCs, because you just basically, once on your opponent's turn, you just use Buster to tag out to have your actual zones available. And then you use IP effect on the chain link of it. And once everything resolves backwards, you'll be able to get this with 4 materials. So, I mean, it's a really good play. So that's it for the links. And for the synchros, I think that this is part of the link Ross play, of course. Whereas I have a Jet Synchron or whatever out. Go into link Ross. Then eventually I'll go into Formula Synchron to draw a card, then go into Metal Mantra to bring Formula Synchron back in. Again, you have different plays from there. So, Formula Synchron, Marcher Metal, Marcher, of course, Excel, Synchron, and I mean for the last three, I think not self-explanatory. They can be whatever it is you want it to be. Borlo Savage Dragon, Ravadish, Crocker Dragon, and Trishula. So I mean, this is it. Again, I think if it's some of the main, it's only a couple of main cards you need into the deck. But again, you can create your deck how you want to, as well too as your extra deck. I just kind of want to show just my take on the deck, and as well too as, you know, how I think the deck can fare. And I mean, right now the deck probably is going to be more of like in the tier 2-ish, but the deck has potential to be really good. So with that being said, once again, like I said before, I am AWolf Theory, and subscribe to the channel. It says Team Scoop City. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.